really interesting energy with that, because it could really go a couple of different ways, and we'll have to see what else comes up. But your person might be thinking that you are moving away from the connection, that you want to move away from the connection, but they also might be thinking that your connection is moving in a positive direction, and thinking that you view it that way, that you are thinking that the connection is moving in a positive direction. With the Sun card, that would make a whole lot of sense. We have the Warden of Crystals come out, Page of Crystals, and the Five of Crystals. Whoa, you guys, a lot of earth energies. The crystals in this deck are pentacles, so a lot of earth energy, a lot of like pretty solid energy. So okay, we just have the Knight of Crystals come out as well. I think that your person thinks that you view this connection as something so beautiful, as almost like a diamond. All of this crystals imagery is just really bringing that message through hard to me. Like they think that you view this connection as something that is beautiful, probably something very, very much hoped for, something very treasured, something valued. We do have the Five of Crystals here. So and you know, this is really interesting, because I think in group one, there was a card, you know, similar to this, something that was kind of giving me the same feeling in that exact position. So it's really interesting, because this Six of Daggers really could go either way. It could be that you are viewing the relationship more positively now, and you feel like it's moving in a better direction. And this is, again, how they think you feel. So it could be that your person thinks that you're viewing the connection in a more positive light now, moving in a more positive direction. Or it could be that your person is a little bit concerned that you want to distance yourself from them, because a lot has taken place in this connection, and that maybe you learned a lot, and maybe not all the best things. Like your person could be concerned that you learned a lot of what you don't want through being in this relationship, and that you're kind of taking that knowledge with you and moving on to something better. With the Five of Crystals energy, there is kind of a feeling of them feeling like you might have felt abandoned by them at some point. That you may have felt like you were kind of left alone at some point, which is interesting energy when paired with the Six of Daggers, because it might be kind of like a feeling of, you left me alone, and so now I'm going to leave. Maybe more by choice this time. So I am getting, maybe it's two different stories for different people watching this. I'm gonna pull some oracle cards, and we'll see if we can get some clarity. What I will tell you is that your person thinks that you view this connection as something pretty solid. So much earth energy coming through here. So something that had a decent foundation, or still does. Maybe even something that you were patient for, and that you were patient about. Yeah. I'm wondering if for some of you, this is something that you were really patient about, and they know that you've been patient. You've been very loyal to them, and I think that they're picking up on that. And some of this is what they feel, and some of it's what they think you feel. So it again is a very confusing energy, because they might be projecting their feelings about the relationship onto you, but it is what they think you're feeling. So they might be thinking that you feel that you were very patient in this connection, or that you continue to be very patient. Maybe that you waited a long time for something, or that you are still waiting for something from them. And that this patience made you feel a little bit left alone. All that glitters. what an interesting card to come out. Is I was saying that they think you view the relationship as a diamond, and diamonds definitely glitter. So I do think that they're seeing you as someone who highly values this relationship. They think that you look at this relationship as something very valuable. Then we have the time to go card. Okay, it's actually really hard for me with this spread to tell one story here. So I think that it might be because there's some different circumstances going on here. So bear with me and take what resonates for you and your connection, leave the other stuff, because I think that we've got two different stories playing out here. And it really might not be. For some of you, this could be your story, and it can just be telling me different parts of your story. But it's like they're showing me a relationship that was everything, that was so beautiful. And I do think that the Sun card plays into this reading. I think that this person was somebody that made you so happy, and you made them so happy. And what's interesting about that is, because we're looking from their point of view, they feel like they made you happy. They feel like they know that you looked at them as somebody who brings a lot of joy to their life. So I am saying some of this in the past tense, and it doesn't have to be. It could be somebody that you still feel this way about, but definitely like somebody who brought in a lot of sunshine, a lot of brightness, a lot of happy, lighthearted, fun energy into your life, and really just made you feel like on top of the world. And for some of you, it could be that at some point that faded and you started to feel a little bit differently, or you started to feel left and not held anymore. Like it was like they presented something really solid to you, and then that foundation kind of cracked. For others of you, this could, I don't know. It is difficult, because this could be how they think you're feeling right now. There might just be something that they feel like they're not able to provide for you at this point, some way that they don't feel that they're available. And then they worry that they're making you feel like you're kind of like alone in this. But whatever this connection is, it's something that at least at one time was very beautiful and might still be. Let me just touch on this briefly, because I do think that this might be for some of you. I think maybe for the majority this isn't your story, but it keeps showing up to me. So I think for some of you, your story might be that this relationship was really something that moved you from more turbulent times and more turbulent waters into something that was very beautiful for you. So this is somebody who views you, maybe they know your past, so they think that you're viewing this relationship as kind of like I want to say like a savior, but maybe not the relationship itself, but like it's something that really saved you, something that really gave you a place to call home, something that really made you feel connected. And this, for some of you, might be a relationship that you had to leave another situation and get into. Like you might have had to physically pick up and move, or you may have left a really difficult, maybe even an abusive relationship behind, and now you are in this very beautiful relationship. So for some of you, this energy of you needing to leave something behind, taking the lessons that you learned and moving on to something better, and also this energy of you feeling like you were completely alone, is your past energy. And this relationship is just all glitter and diamonds and sunshine. And for some of you, the relationship is a combination of these things. There are definitely beautiful things here. There's definitely great energy here. And then there's like something darker. So I am kind of picking up on, I think that for a lot of you, this person is somebody who can make you the happiest you've ever been, and who can also hurt you very deeply. Like, I think that they have a lot of power over your emotions because of how deeply you feel for them, and I think that they know that. So they are kind of they're thinking that you view this connection as something that when it's really good, it's really, really good. And when it's really bad, it's really, really bad. And like that you do recognize how great it can be. Okay, then the oyster card came out. So it's like, this really is, it's sort of the same idea to me. Inside of this shell, which is closed very tightly, is a beautiful pearl. So in this reading, this imagery of like glitter and diamonds, gemstones, precious things, precious metals. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, but like that imagery is kind of coming up. So just imagine like a treasure chest, all the things you would find in there, bars of gold and diamonds and really expensive jewelry and emeralds and pearls and just everything like that. There's this imagery that keeps showing up. For a lot of you, there could be some strong connection to jewelry having to do with this relationship. It might be that there's a particular piece of jewelry that you wear that reminds you of this person, or that they wear to remind them of you. It could be that they've given you a piece of jewelry. For some of you, it could be a marriage, so this could represent your ring. But like on a more practical, like material level, there is something here about a jewelry or adornment that might be significant to you and could just be a confirmation for you. For some of you, it could be tattoos. Maybe you got matching tattoos or something like that. But it's like there's something so precious at the center of all of this. And there's also this feeling of that being difficult to access at times. Like this oyster, if it closes up, you don't get a pearl. I would say you don't get no pearl. You don't have access to the pearl. The pearl is the prize. The pearl is the gem. The pearl is the beautiful thing that you want, that you covet. But if it's closed, you can't access it. If it's open, you have access to this beautiful, luminescent, just really beautiful pearl. So I feel like that's how your relationship can feel at times. Like if this person is open to you, it's great, it's wonderful. If they're closed and shut off, it's like nothingness. It's like silence that is deafening. It's like you feel so alone during those times. So again, I'm looking at this from your person's perspective. So your person is bringing this to my attention. Your person is saying that you look at this connection as something that is so precious, so valuable, and so fun and bright. And then it's also sometimes the cause of your darkest moments. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna pull some romance angels cards. This could be something like really important to discuss with this person if you are currently in contact with them, if you are not feeling this way, if you don't feel like you've been left and abandoned, and if you're not feeling like you might want to like, I do think there's an element of like wanting to take off, and maybe some of you did. Group 1 had a message that was sort of like that, but it was more a feeling of like not being sure if you wanted to stay or go. In this reading, it feels like you left, or like they think that you left. So for some of you, it could be that they're the ones that feel this Five of Crystals energy, that they feel a little bit abandoned and left because they feel like you checked out of the relationship. But they definitely feel like something happened here that made you think, okay, that's enough. It's time for me to move on, or it's time for me to put up a wall here. You had healing family issues come out. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So there could be some deep childhood wounding here that caused a little bit of a rift in your relationship, or maybe a big rift for some of you. There could be things that were going on in this person's life with maybe a past relationship or children that they have from a previous relationship that just caused a lot of problems for you, that really drove the two of you apart. So this person feels like, God, like this relationship was everything to you. And then also like it hurt you. You had to express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So they might think that you're waiting for them to express something, that you are waiting to hear from them, that you're waiting for communication, that you're waiting for some kind of commitment. You might be waiting for them to verbally commit that, you know, that this is what they want to do. And maybe you did take off, and maybe they want to kind of bring you back, or you're waiting for that expression of love. You know, it's like, I'm not going to come back into this as beautiful as it was, or I'm not going to come back as I was. There might be an element of like, I'm still in this, but I'm not going to be able to show up in this relationship as I was. I'm not going to be as open as I once was, and as loving as I once was, when I'm not receiving that from you. If this isn't how you feel, I let this person know, because this is like really stressful for them to feel like you may have closed something off, like you totally left them, or like you are not open to them anymore. And it does seem like the relationship here was beautiful, but of course you have to do what's best for you, and you have to kind of like weigh this out. Was this a big enough deal? Was this a huge problem? Was this a non-negotiable issue that caused you to want to take off? Did you even take off, or do they just think you did? Did they just feel like you shut them out? Such an interesting energy. Let's grab some messages from your person now. I want to be more than friends. Okay, some of you may have changed the dynamic of your relationship, or this could have been a friendship that had so much potential and did not ever evolve into what the two of you wanted it to be. Or you could have changed your relationship and now you're friends, when once you had something that was like really beautiful. But your person wants to connect with you on a deeper level. I think that's showing up more than once. Like we have express your love. They want to connect with you. There's something they want to tell you, and they feel a distance here. I want you. Yeah, I think a lot of you might be in separation, and this person misses you like crazy. And like, just seeing how powerful the connection was, and like precious, that's really the word to describe it, how precious this connection was, or still is. I can understand that. And I also can see that for some of you, this is a relationship that you're in that just started out so beautiful, and it feels like something has kind of faded out, and they want to bring that spark back. They want to like it could be that some of you, it feels more like you're friends than lovers, because something kind of faded away, and they want to bring back what you had in the beginning. We will be together again. Yeah. Oh, you guys, I feel like I'm tearing up. It's just really, it's interesting here, like, because I don't know if you really have created separation from this person. So let me know in the comments down below if you made it this far into the reading. Let me know, and let me know if you really did have to walk away from something that was beautiful. Because that's coming through here, and because we're looking at this through your person's perspective and just what they think you're feeling, this could have been a literal breakup and like something you left, and it could also just be that there's been kind of like walls built up in your relationship, and they want to break down those walls. But either way, this person wants to get closer to you, and they're thinking that you're viewing the relationship in this way because they sense a separation. So you might not sense that separation. You might not know that this person feels kind of like abandoned in a way. It might, you know, for some of you, it's you that feels abandoned. But if you don't have any idea about how they're feeling, it would be a conversation to have. But I do think for a lot of you, it's a this is something that broke off, but it was something so special. And I think for some of you, you've got something that you wear, or some tattoo or something. You've got some jewelry or a tattoo or something that reminds you of this person that maybe you can't even stand to wear at this point, or maybe you wear it every day and you think about them, or they wear something that you gave them. I do think this is pretty beautiful and really sweet, and I think that this person just really wants to kind of like move past this point with you. So I think that's all I see for you, group 2. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up your reading. I'm sending you all so much love and light. I loved hanging out with you today. Thank you for letting me read your cards for you, and I will hopefully see you in your next reading. Bye.